Assalamu alaikum and welcome. You're watching Real English News along with your host Sharif Akram Yamani. Wish you a very 68th Happy Independence Day to all the viewers of Real English News. Let's have a look on today's top headlines. Telangana will generate 50,000 jobs soon, says KCR. Hyderabad High Court okay surveys after Telangana says it's voluntary. Narendra Modi lashes out at critics at Congress. Intolerance, violence, betrayal of democracy, says President Pranab Mukherjee. Jharkhand governor taken ill during first day of the speech. Let's have a look on headlines in details. In Indian history, the Golconda Fort is the only one that was never conquered by armies but seized by deserts. This speaks volume about this magnificent granite editing dating back to the 16th century, lying to the west of Hyderabad, now a venue for the Telangana state government Independence Day. Golconda Fort derivates its name from the Telugu word called Golakonda, which means Shepherd's Hill. Historian says the Kakatiya of Rangar originally constructed the mud Golconda Fort in 1347 and it was subsequently rebuilt in granite by later rulers, especially Sultan Quli Jamshed Qutub Shah and Ibrahim Qutub Shah between 1518 and 1580. Here are the highlights of the day's independence. Telangana Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao arrives to view arrangements for flag hosting ceremony. Select place where flag will be hoisted and parade of soldiers will take place. Final decision by the CM awaited. Telangana residents are comparing Mr. Rao's decision to unfold the national flag atop Golconda Fort with the Prime Minister's flag hoisting ceremony atop the Red Fort. Telangana State Police and Central Parliamentary personnel have been deployed for security. No vehicles with a security clearance passes are allowed to come near the Golconda Fort. Security forces have cordoned off the entire area around Golconda Fort. Various culture programs have been arranged for the Independence Day celebration, the rehearsals of which are going on. The KCRs arrives at the Golconda Fort and receive the guard of honor. Mr. KCR unfolds the national flag, greeting to all citizens of Telangana. In our fight for the independence, we have followed the path of Mr. Gandhi. KCR recollects how Mahatma Gandhi had helped Indian gain independence from the British, and KCR recollects the glory and said it is a great movement for Telangana to celebrate the first Independence Day at Golconda Fort.
తెలంగాణ జాతి చరిత్రను సమున్నతంగా చాటి చెప్పే గోల్కొండ వేదికగా తొలిసారిగా స్వాతంత్ర దినోత్సవ వేడుకలు జరుపుతున్నందుకు యావత్ తెలంగాణ ప్రజలు నేను ఎంతగానో స్వీకరించింది ఈ గోల్కొండ కోటలోనే. భక్త రామదాసు నోట వెలువడిన సుప్రసిద్ధ కీర్తనలెన్నో ప్రతిధ్వనించింది ఈ కోట గోడలలోనే. భద్రాద్రి రామయ్యకు ప్రతి ఏటా ముత్యాల తలంబ్రాలు స్వయంగా మోసుకెళ్లే సత్సాంప్రదాయాన్ని ప్రారంభించింది ఈ గోల్కొండ పరిపాలకులే. అక్కన్న మాదన్నలు తమ పరిపాలనా చాతుర్యాన్ని ప్రదర్శించి గోల్కొండ కోటలోనే తెలుగు సాహిత్యంలో మొట్టమొదటి అచ్చ తెలుగు కావ్యం యయాతి చరిత్ర రచించిన పొన్నెగంటి తెలంగాణుడు ఈ గోల్కొండ ఆస్థాన కవే.
The Hyderabad High Court on Thursday gave its nod to Telangana government to conduct intensive household surveys in the state on August 19, after the government confirmed that it was voluntary and there is no element of compulsion. While refusing to stay the survey, Justice Vilas Azaullah Parkar said that government would have to strictly adhere to the statement made before the court that disclosure of information was only on volunteer basis. The judge admitted petitions by an advocate, Sita Lashmi, and Mr. Rajshekar Tulsi challenging the decision to hold the survey. Advocate General K. Ramakrishna Radhi explained the stand of the government in conducting the survey and the intention behind it, added that it was voluntary, no one would pursue to participate. Mr. Radhi added the motto behind the survey was to extend government with welfare schemes to downtrodden classes of the state and also to weed out bogus white ration card wherein understand and undeserved portion were benefiting from the schemes like Arogya Sari and free rice and housing for poor. He said that citizens were asked liberally to refuse divulge details of bank accounts and income tax. And they conduct also refusal to participate in the survey altogether, where meanwhile the judge dismisses the petition. Advocate General K. Ramakrishna Reddy pointed out that this was not the first time that the government was seeking information from the citizen. In the early, that is 1995, 2001 and 2011, the erstwhile where the Andhra Pradesh government had also sought details from citizens for extending welfare schemes, which is for the needy. Senior Counsel R. Raghavendra Rao, appearing for the petitioner, said the seeking information of bank accounts, income tax was not but invading the personal life of the citizen. He said the citizens divulged this information of there were our possibility of it being posted on public domain, which could be accessible to another department. The judge said as the basis as AG stand the disclosure of information is only voluntary and basis and there is no compulsion as that such the question of infringement of the right the privacy of any citizen does not rise. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has broke his silence for the last few weeks on Saturday. Speaking at the BJP National Council meeting, he said the political pundits are finding it difficult to understand and come to terms with the party's victory in the Lok Sabha elections. He used the party forum to answer the criticism against the government over its stand on the World Trade Organization. The Prime Minister accused the Congress of signing away the interests of the poor and the farmer at the WTO. He struck a definite tone that his government did not mind international disapproved of its stance because it was committed to the interests of the poor and the farmer in the country. Without mentioning the Congress, he said the previous government had thrown away the interests of the poor at Bali. He said government is open to talk an unpopular stand. Citing the 1998 Pokhran, its nuclear explosion, the then Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee had dared against world option as an example. Said that he did not mind isolation because the national interests were supreme. Modi argued that the nation was more important than the party for the BJP. This is why he said the Bharatiya Janata Party, that is BJP, sacrificed itself in 1977 to merge with the Janata Party in order to revive democracy. It was an indirect reference to the Indira Gandhi emergencies in 1975. Narendra Modi government also took a shot at the Congress, saying this government has taken faster decision in 60 days than another in 60 years. Disha Sahi, the direction of the rights. President Pranab Mukherjee on Thursday said intolerance and violence is a betrayal of the letter and spirit of democracy and slammed those who believe in poison drip of inflammatory provisions. In the Independence Day evening addresses to the nation, he referred to the bigotry and noted that increasing turbulent international environment has faced of rising dangers in our region and beyond. Through ancient civilization, India is a modern nation with modern dreams. Intolerance and violence is betrayal of the letter and spirit of the democracy. Those who believe in the possession drip of inflammatory provocation do not understand India's value or even its present political impulses. India knows the progress of economics or any parties or social. It's difficult without peace, says Mukherjee. Mr. President, remarks deemed significant in the context of rising incident of communal violence countryside. He recalled Mahatma King, that is Shivaji's letter to Aurangzeb, where he imposed jizya. He told the emperor that Shah Jahan, Jahangir and Akbar could also have levied this tax, but they did not place to bigotry in their hearts, as they consider of all men high and low, created by God to be example of the nature, device, creed and temperament. Mukherjee said 17th century epistle of Shivaji carries a message which is universal and it must become a living testament that guides on behavior today.
I extend warm greetings to you and to all Indians around the world. I convey my special greetings to members of our armed forces, paramilitary forces and internal security forces. I also congratulate all our sports persons, who have participated and won laurels in the recently concluded Commonwealth Games held at Glasgow. Friends, freedom is a celebration. Independence is a challenge. In the 68th year of freedom, we have reaffirmed the power of our individual and collective liberties by electing through a remarkably peaceful electoral process a stable government with a clear majority for a single party. After 3 decades,
Jharkhand Governor Mr. Syed Ahmed fainted while addressing an Independence Day event in Dumka on Friday after he hosted the national flag at a local ground in the morning today. Let's have a look on today's sports news. India pocket gold, silver in world team billets. It was a win-win situation for the Indian pure sport on the occasion of Independence Day as the Pankaj Advani-led Indian Beast acquired a gold while India bagged a silver in the inaugurated World Billets Team Championship over here. Gerardo Martino takes over as Argentina's national coach. Gerardo Martino took over as the new coach of Argentina national football team, saying he hoped to continue the work of his predecessor, Alejandro Sebila, who led them to place second at 2014 Brazil World Cup. Ilyas ends Kumar's impressive run in World Cup, that's junior squash. Top seed Diego Lias of Peru proved too good for India's Kush Kumar in the semi-finals of the World Junior Squash Championship here. Ilyas ended Kumar's impressive run in the tournament with a 11-11-5, 11-7, 11-14 victory on Thursday. We will continue with our 4, that is 5 bowler strategy, says Ms. Dhoni. India's keeper Mahendra Singh Dhoni has once again reiterated that he will not deviate from his strategies of planning 5 bowlers ahead of the 5th final cricket test England again starting on Friday. Old Test severe stamping blocks awaits Indian team road to redemption. Batter and Burrows in the last 2 matches. It will be a serious test of characters for India's underperforming players as they go into the 5th and the final test against England in London on Friday, hoping to restore this pride by leveling the series. Let's have a look on today's stock market. Sensex for today stands with 26,103.23 with Nifty will stand with 7,791.70. Let's have a look on today's gold and silver rates as per Malabar Golds. According to Malabar Golds, today's gold rate, that is 15th of August, Friday, are as follows. For 10 grams of gold for 22 carats, it's 27,450. Whereas for 24 carats of gold for 10 grams, it's rupees 29,030. Silver rate for today for 10 grams, it's rupees 460. Let's have a look on today's weather report of 6 regions of Telangana state. Hyderabad minimum temperature 25 degrees Celsius and maximum 33 degrees Celsius. Mahbubnagar minimum temperature 26 degrees Celsius and maximum 35 degrees Celsius. Whereas Karimnagar minimum temperature 26 degrees Celsius and maximum 34 degrees Celsius. Nizamabad minimum temperature 24 degrees Celsius and maximum 33 degrees Celsius. Medak minimum temperature 25 degrees Celsius and maximum 33 degrees Celsius. Whereas today's Khammam district temperature for minimum stand with 28 degrees Celsius and maximum 38 degrees Celsius. Headlines once again. Telangana will generate 50,000 jobs soon, says KCR. Hyderabad High Court against surveys after Telangana says it's voluntary. Narendra Modi lashes out at critics at Congress. Intolerance, violence, betrayal of democracy, says President Pranab Mukherjee. Jharkhand governor taken ill during first day of the speech. That's all in this newscast for today. Keep watching Real English News. Till then, take care. This is Sharif Imani. Sign off for today. Allah Hafiz.